Scotty, back in the day, when Harry actually did meet Sally and she had an orgasm in that little luncheonette place,
Right.
I thought to myself, that's absolutely genius. The entire film, like the world just fell in love. Billy Crystal was amazing. It was phenomenal. And the direction, Rob Reiner, was unbelievable. And fast forward, dude, he's 78 years old. His wife is 68. His son Nick has been in and out of rehab at least 18 times. The night before the murder, some folks witnessed the two of them arguing at a benefit at an event. They just, I guess, could never get it fixed. They tried to help the kid. Scott, he could never get off the pipe. He could never get
I think
off
he
the
was,
needle.
am I wrong? It was heroin. So,
Yeah.
look, here's the deal. He was homeless multiple times. I don't know anything about him or the movie they did, Charlie, whatever it was,
They did that movie. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
their fight at Conan O'Brien's party.
Yeah.
But did you know Conan O'Brien is he's gigantic. He's like 6'9". The guy's
Yeah. The guy,
enormous. I don't know if you
yeah,
ever knew.
enormous. Yeah, and he's got weird fucking hands too. He's like an anti-dwarf. His fingers go everywhere. I don't like him.
That's
That
that's
skeeves me out.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
I don't
thought he
like
was
leprechauns, and I don't like Conan.
okay.
He's a big leprechaun.
Well, let me just say this. As you know, I'm a huge fan of serial killers and murderers.
Grizzly
And
murders.
I mean, this was like the Melendez
Crazy.
brothers. This was
Yeah.
OJ all over again in terms of,
Yeah.
Hollywood, Brentwood,
Dude,
Mansion,
he's famous man.
right? And then not only does he kill them, but how
The
about this?
knife.
He slices their throats,
Oh,
and he slit their throats, and then
yeah.
I guess he trailed all the blood back to his hotel room, and they got him like dead to rights. This guy's cooked for the rest of his life. He's gonna double first-degree murders. He's gonna
Yeah.
spend the rest of his life in prison. I wouldn't be surprised. They try to put him to death.
They
To be
can't, because
honest with
Scotty,
you, why
California
not? I
doesn't
mean,
do
the
it.
guy killed both his parents. Have you
Yeah,
ever? You should
California
make
doesn't
up some
do that.
movie.
Yeah, California doesn't do it, Scotty. They don't fry them. They don't shoot
Is
them.
that
They don't
right?
inject them. They don't do it. They don't do it, bro. I will say this also, like people have to understand, like growing up, All in the Family, he was the quote unquote dumb Pollock. The guy was hysterical.
He had.
What a career. I mean, Scott, he had a 50-year career in Hollywood, bro. At least, I mean, closing on 60 years? All in the Family was like
Now listen,
1973. Good
let's
God.
go through here for a second. His dad was
Yeah.
a genius, and
Genius. Carl
and
Reiner. Genius.
and then what was his dad's name again?
Carl Reiner.
Carl Reiner. That's right. And then
Brilliant.
listen, I thought, and I'm going to say this, I thought All in the Family was the greatest
Oh, yeah.
show ever in
Genius.
television history for what do they call them, sitcoms?
Sitcom.
Look,
Yeah.
that show was so
Yeah.
absolutely racist and over the top, and they bashed everyone: blacks,
Everyone.
gays, Spanish. It didn't
Everybody.
matter.
Polacks.
Polacks,
Yeah.
the Jews.
But the point was they were opening our
they never
eyes to
stopped,
it.
and they got away with it.
Yeah, they were opening our eyes to it. The point was, when you use that kind of comedy, like all of this stuff where you can't say this, you can't say that, the point is, if you use comedy to open people's eyes and you put Archie Bunker up there and you realize what a dope he looks like, you're opening people's eyes while they're laughing, but you're telling a story. And the notion that, half this shit we're not allowed to say anymore, it hurts me. Like, because I want to say all of
Did
it.
you think? I thought Carol O'Connor was the greatest.
He's great.
In that role as Archie Bunker was the
Yeah.
greatest role that I can. Now, listen, I'm going to say this. Two things. I'm going to put him as the greatest role ever in sitcom television history. Then remember, he became like a sheriff on some shitty fucking
Yeah.
show that
Yeah.
lasted forever. I forget the name of it. But the other guy that I thought was the second greatest role ever behind
Alan Alda,
Carol
MASH.
O'Connor was
MASH.
Luke from General Hospital, who died. Anthony Geary died yesterday at 78,
Yeah.
but he played Luke and Laura. And what was weird about it was the guy said that he hated the role because he wanted to be like a real actor and he wanted to be on stage
Yeah.
and do plays and
Yeah.
Broadway. But he
No.
played Luke on this soap opera. But you have to admit, like, I watched a retro clip of that show with Rick Springfield on it and
Yes.
him when he was
Yeah.
trying to save the town. I forget what the town's called, Port Charles. The guy Cassadine was going to freeze the town.
Well, like
he had
all-
it to 50 below zero, and he was going to freeze the people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Luke saved the day and punched him and threw him out a window, and then turned off the machine that was freezing the people. The greatest
saved
show
everybody.
ever, General Hospital. And
Yeah.
their wedding, 38 million people watched the wedding on TV, Luke
Yeah.
and Laura.
Luke and Laura. Luke and Laura.
Unbelievable. So I think Archie Bunker.
And by the way,
Luke,
Scott, the honeymoon, he banged her in the tailpipe. That was the start of the real craze for porn. Did you know he took on his wedding night? And the reason he did it, by the way, is because during the autopsy, Luke went both ways. This is a rumor.
Yeah,
this is just a rumor. Yeah, he went
Right,
both ways.
It's not a rumor. He was gay. So who cares?
Well, I don't give a shit if he was gay. I don't care what he was. But they did apparently do a Richard Gere autopsy on him and found the same kind of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know.
So
and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
Listen, this kid, can you imagine this kid cutting his parents' throats? Like, who do you think was better? Because they didn't let the Melendez brothers out of jail. Everyone thought they were getting out. And then that DA said, fuck you. I'm not letting these two out. So this kid's never getting out of jail. But imagine him.
No.
What was worse? The two kids blowing their parents' heads off, or with shotguns, or the kid slicing his parents' throats.
Yeah. And what it was, at rehab, they said, look, you need to put yourself in a situation where you don't have access to drugs. So he took that to heart and figured solitary confinement was the best way to go.
Hey, how about this scumbag? He actually lived on the property, mooching off of his dad till the day he cut his throat. Like, he not only, because he was such a fucking loser, he was homeless like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And then he ends up living on their mansion property, like in the guest house. And then he, walks up to the mansion and cuts his parents' throats. I mean, you can't make this up. When is the movie coming out? I can't wait to see it.
I mean, it's going to be brutal. And apparently what happened was they were fighting over breakfast, and Rob Reiner said, let go my ego. And this kid said, fuck that.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, are you surprised they haven't caught the brown
shooter?
And also,
Very
what did
surprised.
you think of the video of the father-son combo meal at Bondi Beach in Australia when the feds finally blew both their heads off on that bridge? Wasn't it great watching them both drop?
Brutal. I mean, listen, first off, that number's about 15, Scott? But a lot of other people got hit. They're in the hospital and all kinds of hurt. Right. They hit a lot of people. That reminded me, Scotty, you remember the Las Vegas shooting from up in the hotel? That guy, boom, boom. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. They get that high angle and they see everything and you don't know where it's coming from. The bullets are raining from heaven. Those fuckers were crazy. And by the way, they had just gone to the Philippines, apparently, Scott, to spend a little time indoctrinating themselves in the theology called ISIS. And then they came home and killed everybody.
Yeah, they yelled that Akbar bullshit and killed a bunch of people and children too, little kids.
Yeah, 12-year-old girl and a brutal.
What really bothered me was when I saw them trying to save them. Remember when they blew their heads off and then you see the cops trying to give them CPR? What the fuck for? They're better dead. Like, honestly. Absolutely. And then do you think they're going to catch the guy? They always catch everybody. They're going to catch this brown shooter?
Yeah, they are. So they have a photo out, Scott, that it's not easy to see. It's not. It's not easy to see. But I'm with you, bro. These guys don't get away with it.
Do you think that Luigi Mangione, because of the evidence that they're going to suppress, allegedly, Do you think
Yeah.
that he's going to get off killing that
No.
United CEO?
No, he shot
That's
him
all
in.
the evidence they're going to suppress.
Yeah, but they're not going to suppress all of it, and that video is live evidence. Scott, he did it. He did it.
Okay,
And I
so
think I
so
think they're
there,
going to take him
so
out.
the bag with the gun and all the manifesto
Yeah.
and all that isn't going to be admitted.
Right, but that video is so damning, Scott. You see, boom, and you see him go down, boom. You see him hit him. It hits him right in the back, and they've got him placed there at the time, at the space. And listen, if he gets off, that's going to be OJ Part 2. And by the way, he's a very handsome guy. If he does get off, he's got a career in Hollywood. Very handsome.
He's gonna get a lot of pussy if he gets off because there's chicks lined up to fuck him.
Oh my God! And if he's found guilty, he's going to get a lot
Are
of
you
tissue
a
bombs.
fan of his giant eyebrows or Anthony Davis's brow?
No, I'm not. But here's the thing. I think this kid's brow, he pulls it off. Anthony Davis, to me, that should just be a headband that keeps
Right.
going because it's a problem. I don't dig it. I don't.
Right,
And
so
actually, it scares me. It's like a caterpillar.
So I wanted to ask you. All right, the Steelers won last night, miracle.
Yeah.
They never lose on Monday Night Football. I bet on the Finns. I still went 3-2
Why?
last night, so I'm all right with that. Hit the
Yep.
Pistons under, hit the Nuggets
Sure.
over, hit the Rangers under. But here's the deal. So the Steelers are now 8-6, and they have a 1-game lead over the Ravens. And the Steelers play at the Lions this week, at the Browns the following week, and at home against the Ravens to wrap it up. So they
Yeah.
got one home game left. I think they'll lose in Detroit automatic.
I do too.
They
I do
have
too.
to win the Cleveland game. If they win the Cleveland game, they'll win the division because they have a 1-game lead and they beat the Ravens. So even if the Ravens were to beat them, the Ravens would tie them, but not if they beat Cleveland the week before. If they beat Cleveland the week before,
Yeah,
because
that it's a conference
the
thing.
Ravens only have the game against the Pats. That's not division. It's
That's bad.
Sunday night at home, and
They're
I
gonna
think they
lose.
lose that game.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
gonna lose.
then they go to Green Bay, and I think they lose that game, and then they finish at the Steelers.
But
So I
doesn't
think
matter.
the
If they
key to the
lose
whole
both
race
those-
is the Steelers
Yeah.
winning at Cleveland.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if they lose them, I will say this though. I could see a world where Baltimore does beat New England. I think Buffalo unlocked a little bit of how to attack that defense and basically how to attack that team. And Scott, they pissed all over them in the second half. I mean, they urinated in their mouth. So I would not be surprised
They
if
won that game
Baltimore.
because of Josh Allen and all the other teams. And I'll tell you what,
But
Jackson
Lamar
is
can put up
not-
points.
He's not Josh Allen.
Well, I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to argue on that. He's not right now. Josh Allen is playing game. Who's your MVP right now?
Jesus, I don't know.
Really, I think Drake May is still probably number one for me right now. But that it did tighten up after that game because Josh Allen was spectacular.
There's
But
no
I think
way
Drake
I
May is
put
still
Drake
number one.
May over Josh Allen after Josh Allen just did him in the ass down 21 points. I'm not going to give the
I
MVP
understand.
to a kid that couldn't seal
Yeah.
that deal. No
I
way.
understand, but you had a whole body work. And listen, you're right. That was a damning
So what's
game
the
for
difference?
for
The
his
Bills are
chances.
10-3. What's the fucking difference?
No, they're gay. Listen, the Bills are legit, and we've
11
watched
3,
this
10
kid.
and 3. What's the difference?
Yeah,
And he beat
Scott,
him. And he beat him in Gillette, in Foxborough, and he was down 21 fucking points. And
which
he was
is just
down
unbelievable.
and he was down 31-28.
Yeah, and Scott, Josh Allen has more rushing touchdowns than any quarterback in history. I mean, he's already he's
unbelievable.
climbing up this
What
fucking
did you think
pantheon.
of
He needs a
Mahomes?
ring though.
What do you think of Mahomes and Parsons blowing out their knees?
When the moment Parsons went down, everybody knows this. Scott, you've been around sport for a long time. When you go down like that, there's 3 little letters, ACL. Everybody knew it the moment it happened. I knew it. You knew it. When you go down like that, it's over. And here's the tricky part, Scotty. December injuries that are severe. Listen, if you hustle and get healthy quick, you're not like a basketball player where they usually need an entire year of ACL before they even get going. Football players can typically get going a little earlier, but dude, it's almost New Year's Day, right? September rolls around. These 2 guys are going to be rehabbing hard to get back for next season.
Oh, I don't think either one of them's playing next season.
I think they'll get
all
back.
this talk about people now coming back from ACL tears and ACL surgeries in 6 months is fucking acid. You're on acid, okay? I know a guy with a ACL tear right now having surgery this week, and he's making bets with people that he's going to be able to dunk when he gets out. I have news for him. He doesn't
No.
fucking dunk now. He's
Right.
never dunked in his life. He'll never dunk with a
Except
cut
his
knee.
donuts.
When they
Yeah.
cut your knee, I know a guy. I know 15 guys that have had it. Right? I know 50 that have had it. But I
Yeah.
know I played with 15 guys in the last few years that have had it. Every one of
ACL.
them is stiff and slower and scared
Yeah.
playing on a restructured knee.
Yeah.
When they do your ACL over and you come back, I know a guy. He waited a year and he came back. He was as stiff as a boner. His knee. He couldn't
Yeah.
run and he was
It's
scared to
brutal.
death to play on it.
Brutal.
People bragging about I'm going to come back better than ever. Suck a dick. No one is ever better when they come back. They have to adjust to
Just.
the less flexibility, the stiffness. Everything about it is different. Like my chest has never been the same since I had open heart surgery.
Or your asshole.
But
I mean, your
or
asshole's
my
never
asshole.
been the
But
same.
listen,
Yeah, but your
honestly, you
asshole.
can see you and I constantly check each other's
Yeah.
weight
Yeah.
training. Now, look, I mean, you can see I'm getting bigger because I've been doing
Yeah.
fucking dead weights, deadlifts, overheads, fucking. You
I
see,
get it. I get it. Hey, speaking of injury, Scott, you remember obviously you took the class that I used to teach over at Lifetime, and you did it a number of times, and it was pretty it was high intensity, high energy, and
brutal,
all that.
brutal,
So a
brutal.
guy but he was always very competitive with me because I always jumped in my class. I did it. I didn't just teach. And if things were going this way, I would go in the opposite direction so I could rally everybody. But I did every single push-up, squat, everything. There was a guy. He's always chasing me. He's always trying to like beat my ass. And we run in, and I see this look on his face. We're right in the center of the basketball court. You know it well, Scott, because you've done snow angels there.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he goes, and I go, what? And he goes, my knee. And I go, did you hear it? And he goes, yeah, I heard it. And literally, he just sat down on the floor, and I just, hey, can I get you some ice? Just feeling it. Dude, you can feel it. When that ACL goes, and he blew the fuck out of it. And your point was, is right. He hurt for 18 months.
Yeah.
18 months, bro.
So everything. When I broke my hand, I had surgery and I broke it in 5 places. And you remember I played with that black cast on my hand.
Yeah.
It was never the same. I broke my thumb twice this year, and in the last it's been about 5 months. I wear a cast. I wear a thumb brace that has metal plates on the top, and it's basically I tore ligaments down in here, and but I can still shoot with it. I think every injury you have to adapt to the afterlife of the injury, right? Like after I broke my hand, it was never the same. Like, look, my pinky sticks out. I got a wayward pinky. Look at that. See how bad it sticks out?
Yeah,
Every injury, like I'm
that's a
scared to
Kobe.
play without the thumb brace. And I think my
Kobe.
thumb's better now, but I'm scared to play without it because if someone hits it once, it goes back to ground zero. I've had every injury known to man. I'm telling
Scott,
you.
listen to me.
Knees, forget it.
Yeah, you talked to me about, coming back. You have to change the way you approach things when you have an injury. I got a vasectomy, and I used to love to spank my balls. But after the vasectomy, Scotty, straight up, I don't do it. And, I dream about doing it, but I don't do it anymore.
I can just see you in New Orleans after 12 fried oysters spanking your nuts in a 5-star cabin.
God. And now to sports. Oh, God. All right. Let's get to Scotty. We got a big game tonight, buddy. 2 Knicks fans, lifetime Knicks fans. Between us, we got 100 years of fandom invested in this team, bro. Big game, super exciting. We got some.
It up. They never win shit. I bet they lose. I have action on the total in the.
I saw it. Yeah.
So But
Yeah.
as far as the spread goes, I'm obviously you and I are gigantic Knicks fans. I got a
Massive.
hard on for the Knicks, but
Yeah.
I honestly think they're gonna choke and not win. And they won. They've won nine of 10. They've won how
Yeah.
many in a row? Like they've
Yeah.
six in a
No, it was
row or
not Scott.
something.
No, they won nine of 10. They don't have Deuce, which is going to hurt them a little bit. And San Antonio is back at full strength. Here's the one thing I will say: we have Jalen Brunson, and they don't. And in these big games, they're still young. They're unbelievable. And we know OKC already proved you can be young and win it all. But this team is still young, and I think if it comes down to the fourth quarter, I think Jalen Brunson will hit the winning
Okay,
bucket.
so you know who's playing great for them is Dylan Harper off the bench
Oh,
for
he's
the
brilliant.
Spurs. He got
Oh,
$54 million, and this kid who played at Rutgers, who trained where I
he's
play, he
fantastic.
trained every morning where I play.
Yeah.
I used to see him hit 98 out of 100 threes. This kid's legit. That team
Phenomenal.
is legit, and they got Wemby back. And I don't believe for 1 minute the Knicks have an answer for Wembanyama. Not at
No,
all.
they
Not
don't.
that
Listen,
soft ass Towns.
no, you remember the Christmas massacre last year, Scott? We don't have an answer for him. I will say this: healthy Mitch is going to help. It's not going to solve the problem, but a healthy Mitch will help. I'm
He's their
curious.
best player. You know why?
Oh,
Because I would never trade that fucking monster. He's the best rebounder since Rodman on both the offensive and defensive boards. He is
fantastic.
a game-changing big, a shot-altering big. I don't give a fuck if he can't hit a free throw. This guy
can't.
is the best rebounder in the NBA, bar
Yeah.
none. I'll tell you another guy I love is Stewart from the Pistons. This guy is a violent, angry,
Right?
physical player. Did you see him rip the ball away from the guy
Yeah.
last night in the paint and go up and dunk it? He's like, it was like a jump ball, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of my fucking way!" And he's like, and he's mad all the time. I
Yeah.
love that guy.
All right, I'm gonna give you a great quiz because you know guys going back 50 years in sports. So I'm gonna give you a little hint.
Oh yeah.
I have somebody who played just like that guy. He was on the Bullets in the 70s, and he used to wrestle with Willis Reed every time they played each other. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Unseld?
Wes Unseld. He reminds me that Bill.
I
Dude,
just
he's
said
not big.
Unseld. Was I right?
Unseld, you said it. You're a genius.
I knew
You're
it.
always-
That's who I thought immediately. You're like,
Yeah.
he was on the Bullets. I'm like, Unseld. So yeah, listen. Now
It's
one
tough.
thing people always say to me, how the fuck is this guy? You don't play ball. You're too old. You're finished. Remember some guy wrote on my social media, he's like, you might want to sit this one out, champ. Yeah. Okay. So here's one thing that I can tell you at 6'4", 240, what I bring to the table. I can shoot from everywhere. I can finish at the 10 with the great touch that I have and finger rolls around the basket.
Athleticism. Unbelievable athleticism.
And I get fucking, every day I play, I get 20 fucking rebounds. I believe rebounding. Now, like, I went to one of my daughter's games, and they are the worst palsy-ass team I've ever seen in my life. You heard me. Palsy. They don't block out. They don't stick an ass in anybody. They don't rebound. They give teams 3, 4, 5 offensive board chances and putbacks. If you don't rebound, you don't win in basketball. If you're not a team that knows how to clean the glass, you're not going to win shit. You're not going to win titles. And you remember, I won a lot of championships at Lifetime.
Yeah.
And we did it, I think, by being unselfish and rebounding, never giving teams second chances. Get the fucking rebounds, win games on both ends. That's why I would never in a million years trade Mitchell Robinson. People think that he sucks because he can't hit free throws. I don't give a fuck if he misses 30 free throws. That guy's work on the glass and altering shots and blocking shots and rebounding, offensive best and defensive best in the league. That's why I would never deal him. He's been on the team longer than anybody. He's the most valuable piece, and no one knows it because he doesn't score a lot. I don't give a fuck. He gets all the rebounds.
Yeah, and it gives you second chances. So, interesting story. Mike Brown, when he came to the Knicks, his experience with offensive rebounding, he's a pretty cerebral guy. So he was coaching for the Olympics, I think it was Nigeria. True story. And he said, all right, how do I take this team that just doesn't have enough talent, but has this tremendous size and this tremendous physicality? How do I bring them through the Olympic round? Scott, you know what he did? He called this famous coach from New Zealand. I don't know, his name's probably Kiwi or something. But he called him because this guy was known for one thing. Everybody in basketball became very popular to get back on defense. This guy said, no, 5 guys go to the boards because if we get the offensive rebound, they can't stop us. So Brown said, I'm not going to take it that far, but I want to learn from this guy. If you look at basketball now, everybody's catching on. The best offensive rebounding teams in the land of three-point shooting,
Right.
they get the offensive rebound, they throw it out, and it's a 3. Mitchell Robinson, he's got his hit rate on 3-pointers off his offensive rebound. The Knicks shoot 47%.
How about
That's
this?
insane.
How about this? The other thing is that the exact opposite of that is the guys that there's so many guys shooting threes that it's a low percentage shot and you miss and there's long rebounds and who's the longest guy on the court is Robinson. So he'll get those misses and give it to a guy in the second time they make it. I think the game has become so distant shooting that any team that can rebound and get second and third chances at a bucket. It's all about buckets. Are you going to put the ball in the hole? It doesn't matter if you do it the first time, second, or third time.
I agree.
If you got someone that can clean the glass on those misses up from 3 and get a second chance. Like, I love your comment about McBride. He's a great shooter, and he never was. But in the last 2 years, he's become a great shooter.
Great shooter.
From deep. When he shoots, the whole crowd goes, dudes.
Yeah,
they know he's going to bang it. He's a banging three-point shooter. I like when he shoots better from deep than any guy on that team. And the other guy, Brunson and Bridges, for me, are money. I won't deny Cat.
OG's good.
He gets his, but he is a bitch when it comes to the refs. And, I mean, he just cries so much. He's painful. But I'm glad he's on our team. But there's no way you can tell me he's better than this kid Wembanyama.
It's not, Scott. You're talking about a generational player. They call him an alien. Dude, he was warming up behind the semifinals for the Cup. He was warming up behind the 3 or 4 announcers who were on the court. And at one point, the ball kind of came loose, and he came over right by them. Now, you got to understand, Scott, they're sitting on like bar stools, and these are big fucking dudes, right? These are big dudes. I don't care that they're on a stool. Wembanyama came, Scott, his tits were on the edge of the frame. His whole head and upper body was out of the frame.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it. What I will say this, though, that makes me nervous about him, these big guys, I'm seeing it with Porzingis. He can't stay on the court now. I always worry about injuries, dude.
Fair enough. I'll say this, though. There's a lot of guys that are, more and more, like I play with 7-footers, and
they're all over, man.
they're all over the place, but they're not good. Yeah. They're not good like him. Like this one guy I play with, 7-footer, he played at pace. This guy is just unbelievable, and he puts it in, gets all the misses, gets putbacks, dunks. You can't stop him. He's got every move in the book, and he's very incredible for a big 7-footer.
Yeah.
And what's more is he's white, which is even crazier. But I think that as far as bigs, you're right about the injuries, but this kid is special to beyond belief.
Unbelievable.
Like he does so much with the ball, the handle, the shot, outside, inside, the moves, the blocks, the rebounds,
ridiculous,
the spots,
Scott.
the shot alterations. He does it all. So the whole key for him is staying on the court.
Stay healthy.
I think Porzingis is one of the biggest pussies in the league.
Yeah, well, Porzingis never was the same, if you remember.
But he's a pussy.
Yeah.
It's always
and I'm with you. I always remember that shot. After his rookie year, he went back to Latvia, Slovenia, Siberia, Bobenia.
Yeah.
And they had a shot of him, all bloody face. Some guy just, he got in an altercation, and the guy bloodied his ass. Like, he had to jump up to punch him, but he still hit him right in the fucking face. Blood all over the place. You're right. He's just a walking
He can
reason.
shoot. He can play. There's no doubt he's good, but he never plays, so what's the point?
And now he's got some, I don't know, I feel bad for the guy. He's got some kind of weird illness. They can't get out of his system.
I know, he's got another thing going on now. It's always something. So I said last year on my show that I gave him 3 years and he's out of the league.
I absolutely agree with you. Hey, listen, bro, we're up over the time limit, and I'm gonna go run in the bathroom, and I'm gonna take a crack at my nuts. I'm gonna, you know what? I just reminded myself, hey, take a chance. Take a chance. Scotty takes a chance. I need to take a shot at it. I will. I'll let you know how it goes.